Hello, good morning everyone.
Hello.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fine. I'm fine.
Great, great,
Yes.
great. Oh yeah, that's good to hear, okay? So now, just like I said from last week, that now we're going to talk about how to describe a place and situations. But before, does anyone know how to properly describe a place or situations? No, okay, that's fine because today we're going to learn it together. Okay, so now in the first slide, here are some five senses. Sensory details. What is sensory details?
I don't know.
Sensory?
Five cents?
Yes, that's
Six
good.
sense.
Six sense. You can see a ghost?
Right behind you.
A wall, yes. Okay, that's good. Sensory details are our five senses. There are sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. So, by using these sensory details, it will help us to properly describe or can make our partner of conversations understand of what are we talking about. They can imagine or just like thinking of what things or what place or even people that we are talking about. So just like in here, the purpose is to help other people have a clear picture of the place you are describing. So in here, the first we have sight. Sight, we can use our eyes. It's like, what do you see? You can say it by the colors, the shapes, or even the sizes. And next is the sound. The sound is what you heard. So when you hear some noise, some music, or even a silence, it is considered as a sound. So for example, when you go to a concert or to the theater, you can say that the movie is so loud like that, or the music is so loud, and etc. And also the next is smell. Smell is when you use your nose. Yes, that's good. So it's like, what do you smell? There are food, flowers, or even pollutions. So when you want to say that the pollutions, how do you smell it? Can someone give me an example?
It's kinda smells not good.
Yeah, that's good. The pollution smells bad. Yeah. That's good, Ananda. Thank you. So when you want to describe a place that is smelly or etc., you can use your smell senses. And next is the touch. So the touch is like what you feel, like the textures of something, the temperature of a place. It's what you use as touch. And the last one is taste. Taste is something that you can taste. Commonly, it is relevant to food, just like what you eat, what you drink, or even places. Like if you go to like a theater and you smell some popcorn, and yeah, you get it? Yeah, it's like when you smell something, the popcorn smells good, and you can start to taste it in your tongue. Am I right? Yeah. That is like one of examples that you can use by sensory details. So, but before I continue, I want to ask you guys, how about, sorry, can you give me the book? Okay, thank you. Satya, can you tell me how to describe this book, please?
It's a square and soft.
Yeah, that's good. It is square, right? Yeah. And also the texture is kind of soft. So this is a simple example of how to describe a book. And can someone describe Nanda over here?
Me.
Okay, Nura, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to describe Nanda.
Mhm.
She wears she a beautiful. Thank you. She wears hijab and she wears sweater.
Yeah, that's good. jadi Papa Nura and Satya. So yeah, just like Nura and Satya have said, so you can also use adjectives if you want to describe a place or situations. So now in here, I have an example of how to describe a beach using 5 senses. So the first is the sight. The beach has golden sand and clear blue water. So if you want to say something like this, you must see it first, right? You must see the beach first, and then you can say that the sand is golden and the water is clear. And the next is the sound. You can hear the waves crashing and seagulls calling. This is what feature or what aspect in this sentence that shows a senses of sound? The hear and the call and the calling. Yeah, in here there is a hear and calling. It can shows the senses of sound. Yeah. And next is the smell. Just like Nanda said before, the pollution smells bad. So in here, the air of the beach smells salty and fresh. Yeah, just like in the theater smells like a popcorn, like that. And next is the touch. The sand is warm and soft under your feet. It's just like when you touch the sand, it is warm and soft, right? And what is the texture after the sand hits by the water? Wet. Yeah, that's good. That's good, Satya. And the last one is the taste. There is a taste of salt in the air. Yeah, if you go to the beach and you can smell the salty air, and then you can start to taste it, right? Yeah. Okay, next we have use of prepositions of place. So I think you guys have learned about in, on, above, under, below, opposite, between, behind, and in front. Just like in here, I am in front of you guys. Yeah, and we are in the opposite positions. So you can use prepositions of place if you want to describe a place or even a person. So prepositions of place are words that show where something or someone is located. It helps describes the positions or locations of an object, people, and places. For the examples, the park is between the school and the cafe. Go straight ahead. The museum is on your left. Next to the restaurant, the parking lot is behind the museum. Now, I want to ask, what do you say if I put my phone, blah, 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 of this book? It is on, in, or above? On, yeah, that's good. My phone is on the book. What if I put my Okay, now let's go ahead. So next, you can use specific details. So specific detail is when you use specific terms, describe the features or the characteristic of objects, places, or people. And you can also include some unique elements. For example, the cafe had cushioned seats by the window, wooden tables, and a chalkboard today's menu in colorful chalk. So in here you can see that the person that describing the cafe give details where there are cushioned seats by the window and there are wooden tables and also a colorful chalkboard. Yeah, and just like Nura said before, like Nanda wears a sweater, you can also give details like the color of the sweater is gray, like that. So the person that you are talking to can fully imagine what Nanda looks like that. And that's a good That's a good example, guys. And next is the use of comparisons. So stimulus. Stimulus is when you use like or as. Like the streets are as busy as a beehive, and the sky is as clear as a crystal. So now, does any one of you can give me one more examples of simile?
Me,
Oh yeah, let's go.
like my mom is beautiful like flower.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good. My mom is as beautiful as a flower. Yeah, that's a good example. Is Naini. And also here we also have questions as key details. So you can use 5W 1H. Yes. There is who is involved. So when you want to describe a situation, so you can tell them like there are just like in our classroom there are 5 people. There are me, Satya, Nanda, Isnaini, and Nura. You can use who questions. And next is what is happening. You can tell them like what is happening in that situations, explain the events or activity, and even describe the actions and interactions. Just like today, me as the teacher is teaching you guys about how to describe places and situations. And next is where is it happening. Describe the locations and then mentions any important details about the setting. You can say that Miss Rachel is teaching in a classroom inside the Faculty of Medicine's buildings, like that. And the classroom is cold and comfortable, like that. And next is when is it happening? You can specify the time and date or even mention the seasons. But I think in Indonesia it's like not very common, right? Because we only have 2 seasons, kemarau and hujan. Yeah. And next is why is it happening? You can explain the reason or purpose of the event. Like today, why am I teaching you guys? It's because you guys can get any knowledge like that. And next, yes. And next is how is it happening? You can describe the way the event happens and include the activities or the process, like that. Yeah, so in here I have examples that you guys need to read. Yeah, there is a dialogue of Rachel and Andin, and someone or 2 of you volunteer to read this. Me, okay, Nura and Isna. Okay, go ahead, guys.
Hi, Andy. I've heard there's a great aquarium in the city. Can we visit it?
Hi Rachel, of course the aquarium is must see.
What's it like inside the aquarium?
It's really cool. When you walk in, you'll see a huge tank right in the center with all kind of colorful fish. The water is so clear, you can see everything perfectly.
That sounds fascinating. What else can we see there?
There are different sections. One section has a pouch tank where you can fill starfish and see cucumbers. Another area has a see-through tunnel where you can walk through and see sharks swimming above you.
Wow, that sounds incredible. How does it feel being in the tunnel?
It's amazing. You feel like you're underwater with the sharks. You can hear the sound of water all around. It's about exciting and calming.
I can't wait to experience that. Where is the aquarium?
It's near the harbor, just behind the museum. We can take a short walk along the waterfront to get there.
Perfect.
Yay, that's good, guys. Okay, now I want to ask, did you guys found any sensory details in this dialogue? Yes. Which part?
You'll see a huge tank.
Yeah, that's good. It's the sight senses, yeah. And also another?
Colorful fish.
Yeah, that's good. Colorful fish. You need to see it first, right? Yeah, that is this is the example of how a proper conversations using describing places and situations. You need to use 5 senses, adjectives, and specific details. Yeah. So in here I have a homework for you guys that you need to do at home, and you can bring it to our class next week. Okay? Okay. So it's just a simple questions. You can answer this by seeing the dialogue before. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's all our class for today. Thank you all for your participations. Is there any questions?
No.
No? Okay, I think it's all clear, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, bye bye. See you guys next week, okay?
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.